Hey there, thank you for responding calm to the email that you received. I wanted to create a special personalized email for you regarding pre-game mindset preparation. My name is Itzik Rappaport, likely the first time that we've spoken. I'm a certified mental performance specialist. I specialize with soccer athletes on recognizing any barriers that are getting in the way from them performing the way that they want to perform consistently time after time. And once we recognize what those things are that get in the way, I provide tools and techniques in order for them to overcome those things. So let's jump into the email real quick. The email itself talked about what a player can do in order to prep themselves mentally for a big time performance, especially when they're nervous, anxious, and this is all very normal. It happens to everybody. How do we respond to it? In the email, I spoke about visualization, being able to envision what you want to see have happen. The reason that this is big time and very important is because when you are visualizing what you want, you are creating neurological pathways in your brain. Why is this important? Is because when in the game, those situations come about, your brain says, I've been here before. I've seen this. Feels more comfortable, and we've already drawn out a picture as to how we want it to look. So visualization is huge, very powerful, and there's a way to do it correctly. And if you're interested in that, I can also send you worksheets and information, and we can even jump on a phone call and have a conversation about how to properly do that. Then we talked about breath work, super important. And the reason being is because by doing proper breath work, you're able to get grounded and to be able to be present at the moment, which is what is absolutely necessary to play at the top of your performance, is to be present. Anxiety, nerves, stress, all that stuff lives in the future. So what tends to happen is that we're constantly thinking. Our mind is creating thoughts, and unfortunately, human nature, those thoughts oftentimes, the bigger the prize, the thoughts become more and more negative. And those negative thoughts cause physiological reactions in our body, which in turn causes to have bad performances. So by controlling your thoughts, not controlling them, you can't control your thoughts, but you can control what you think about your thoughts and what direction you're able to put your thoughts. And by doing so, you are prepping yourself to be more confident. Look, the brain, it does not know the difference between what is real and what is not. It just knows what you tell it. So right now I'm going to give you a tool that you can use with yourself if you're a player, or with your players if you're a coach or a parent. Really doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter the level. Boys, girls, youth, collegiate. I work with college athletes, I work with pro athletes, and I work with U11, U12 teams. The message is all the same. The stuff that these players are dealing with, it's all the same regarding the levels. The delivery sometimes is different, but the concepts and the ability to master your mind, it really doesn't matter at what level you're playing. So here's the idea. 3 levels. BFS. The B stands for body language. And this is stuff that you are going to do before the game. Not during the game, but before the game, you're going to check your BFS. What's my body language look like? As a soccer player, you want your body language to be up, shoulders pinned back, your head's on a swivel, you're checking 2, you're communicating. These are all things that are body language. You're on your toes, and by doing that, you're sending a message to your subconscious brain saying, I am ready. Remember what I told you, your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what is not. It just knows what you tell it. So by physiologically carrying yourself in a certain way, you're telling your brain, I'm ready to go, right? That's the first one. The second one is focus. What are we focusing on? And just like I mentioned earlier, when we focus on things that can go wrong, we have a negative reaction. When we focus on things that can go right, we have a positive reaction. But here's how it works. Most of the time, we are focusing on things that are not in our control. I like to call them uncontrollables. The referee, the opponent, the coach, who's watching, the weather. There's a million things that we cannot control. When our thought goes towards those things, and because we cannot control them, our stress level goes up. When the stress level goes up, the performance goes down. It's natural. It just works like this. Stress goes up, performance goes down, confidence goes down. You find yourself in this loop. But when we focus on things that we can control, for example, if you're an attacking player, combining with your teammates, making runs in behind, taking a positive first touch, those are things you can control. Being on your toes, effort, doesn't matter the level of the player. If I could take you right now and put you in a Real Madrid training, you could still do those things. You can make runs in behind, you can be on your toes, you can communicate. When you focus on things that you can control, what happens is the stress level goes down because my thoughts are about something I have control over. Stress goes down, performance goes up, confidence goes up. That's just how it works. And finally, the S is for self-talk. Am I talking to myself or am I listening to myself? I want my players to stop listening to themselves and start talking to themselves. When they listen to themselves, that is the inner critic, constantly in their ear. What am I doing? What's going on here? I'm nervous, I'm scared, I don't belong here. Whatever it might be for that individual player is negative self-talk. I don't want you to listen to yourself. I want you to talk to yourself. So how does that look like? Having a certain mantra, a go-to. I'm the best player on the field. I got this. I know what I'm doing. I belong here. And this is the beauty of it, is that you cannot have two thoughts at the same time. You can't have negative self-talk and positive self-talk at the same time. So every time you have negative self-talk, boom, get it out of the way with a mantra, something that you say to yourself consistently. And by doing that, again, your brain does not know the difference. So now we're attacking our subconscious mind from 3 different angles to be able to create a certain state of mind. And every player wants to go into a performance feeling confident. Well, let's establish that confidence before the game, not during the game. Most players feel this nerve, feel this anxiety, this pressure, and they go into the game and say, well, if I make a couple of good passes, things will calm down and then I'll be all right. No, you got to flip that upside down and say, first I'm going to feel all right and then I'm going to play well, rather than I'm going to play well and then I'll feel all right. You see, the way that you feel dictates the way that you play, not the way that you play dictate the way that you feel. That's how it's supposed to be. So by checking your BFS, your body language, your focus, your self-talk, visualization the night before a game, proper breath work to get grounded, all of these things are prepping your mind for optimal performance. The game is played well before the whistle is blown. The game is played well before. Your performance begins not when the game starts, but rather the night before. And if you have a certain routine set in place, it doesn't have to be that difficult. It's not hard. And the more you do it, it becomes second nature. And it's a beautiful thing. Now, if you have any questions about this stuff, I'm happy to give you more and more information. I have worksheets about this stuff, videos about this stuff. I'm even happy to jump on a call. If you're a director of a club or a coach of a team, let's see how we can expose all of our players to this stuff. So I'm happy for you guys to reach out. I promise you, I personally will reach out and communicate with you and answer any questions you may have. You can also visit the website, www.mentalcoachpro.com. There's all kinds of videos there, framework, explanations. The mental game is huge. Look, I want you to remember, there's only 3 things any athlete can train. The first one is their physical. Doesn't matter the sport. If you're an athlete, you can train your physical. You can get stronger by lifting weights, more fit by taking runs. The second one is your technique, your craft. Doesn't matter the sport. In our sport, outside of the foot, inside of the foot, your headers, right? Basketball, it's your form and your wrist. And then the third and final thing is your mental. That can be trained just like your physical and your technical, but it's not going to be because of a link or a video that you saw. It has to be proper scientific, neurological, proven techniques and consistency in execution. I'm happy to help you with that. That's what I do. I am a certified mental performance specialist. I'm the founder of Mental Coach Pro, and I'm here to help you with whatever it is that you need. I love this stuff. Best of luck. Hope to hear from you soon.